So next week we have a lunar eclipse, and I have a favorite vantage point in Ellensburg where I love to view celestial events like that. And then I remembered how I discovered that vantage point. 5 years ago, I had gotten into an argument with my girlfriend, and I stormed out of her home in disgust. She accused me of cheating on her, and I was cheating on her, but not with another girl. I was cheating on her with writing computer games. I was spending a lot of time in front of the screen, and she didn't like that. But she thought I was cheating on her with another girl, and I stormed out of her home, and I was so lost in thought that I got lost on the highway, and I just didn't care, and I just kept driving. And I ended up in Ellensburg, and there's a place with a rest stop called Wild Horses Monument on I-90. And I was so tired that I fell asleep at the rest stop. And when I got up, the Milky Way and Jupiter and Saturn were out. And I was just amazed at the sight of that. I had been living in the big city for too long, and I never realized it was possible to see all that. And a few months after that, we had a conjunction of, it was a pretty common, I can't remember which one, the moon with Venus or the moon with another planet. And I went back there to see it, and then in 2017 we had a solar eclipse. I went to Salem, Oregon to see that one. And it's been a tradition for me to go to Wild Horses Monument to view various events like that. And I can't remember how I felt when I was arguing with my girlfriend. I only remember it as the day I discovered Wild Horses Monument and had a good time by myself now. And I was just thinking about other bad days that turned into the best days of my life. When I was working on my PhD, somebody stole my laptop. I was getting ready to write the final chapter of my PhD thesis. Somebody stole my laptop. And what was really upsetting about that was that at the same time, that same week or month, I had gotten excited over something else. And I hadn't been very diligent about backing up my computer. I used to be much more diligent, but I think I got distracted about something else. I remember the financial market was just shaking up and down. I was trying to time the market to buy some coins. I think I might have met a girl at the campus too. I just got too much on my mind, and I just forgot to think about backing up my work. So I lost like 2 or 3 weeks worth of code, and somebody stole my laptop. It always happens that something happens when the only weeks that I don't back stuff up. It always happens that way. Anyway, I had to stay up the rest of that night to figure out what to do, and I discovered another big result. Now, what was really funny was that the following day I had to meet up with my PhD advisor, and I had a feeling she was not going to believe that somebody stole my laptop. And so I went to see her, and I was so relieved that I had that one big result, because now I didn't have to tell her that somebody stole my laptop. I was just up all night doing all this stuff, because I went there completely exhausted. And so my advisor was, even though she was happy that I had this big result, she wasn't so happy that I had stayed up all night excited about that. She is from the Netherlands, so they have a more work-life balance attitude, if you will. And so she was like, "Oh, that's great, but I want you to get some sleep because we don't want to pay your medical bills." And when she said that, I was relieved that at least I had taken care of what I needed to, but at the same time, she realized that maybe I was too stressed out, and that's part of the reason why I lost my laptop. I didn't tell her I lost the laptop, but that's good. 3 years ago, I was traveling to Taiwan for the Computer Olympia, and I had a little bit of a snafu on the way home. I couldn't get on the plane because I had misinterpreted some rules for flying through China. Apparently, you can't fly in between airports in China without a visa. You're only allowed one stopover, and then you can spend 24 hours in that one stopover. And I think I booked a flight from Taipei to Shanghai to Wuhan and then back to Seattle, something like that. I just wanted to explore a little bit, and I thought all of that was within 24 hours and I could do that. Unfortunately, that wasn't allowed. And so I had to change my flight to Tokyo. And what was really frustrating was the only flight I could find through Tokyo went from Taipei to Haneda Airport in Tokyo, and then you would have to fly out of Narita Airport to Seattle, and which required you to obviously travel throughout Tokyo to look for those airports. And plus, it was a 24-hour layover. So I was frustrated out of my mind. I spent the night in Tokyo, and I had a pretty good time, actually. I think I might have even recorded a couple videos there. So it's all good now. And where else have I done this? I know I've had plenty of really good days, historically good days in my life that started really badly. And actually, I think this whole pandemic has been a good year that started on a bad note as well when I think about it.